Good evening, everyone. I'd like to invite everyone on that would like to join me this evening. I'm not going to be here long tonight. I want to get done in time to see Mr. Colin James McIntosh. And all of you that want to can also join us. Love to have you there. One big happy family there and here. So feel free if you want to join us later on around 9 or so. We'd love to have you. And everyone's welcome here. This is a Christian channel, and you're welcome to join it. We're in chapter 61, the book of Adam and Eve, the first book. We're getting there. Quite a few chapters to go yet. All right. Chapter 61. Then he took Adam and Eve by the hand, began to bring them out of the cave. But when they were come a little way, wait a second. Can I just do this? Okay, chapter 62, I'm sorry. Forgot where I was at since last night. 2 fruit trees. But Satan the wicked was envious because of the consolation God had given them. So he prevented them and went into the cave and took the 2 figs and... oh well, what the heck. Buried them outside the cave so that Adam and Eve should not find them. He also had in his thoughts to destroy them. But by God's mercy, as soon as those 2 figs were in the earth, God defeated Satan's counsel regarding them, made them into 2 fruit trees that overshadowed the cave, for Satan had buried them on the eastern side of it. Then when the 2 trees were grown and were covered with fruit, Satan grieved and mourned and said, better were it to have left those figs as they were, for now, behold, they have become 2 fruit trees, whereof Adam will eat all the days of his life. Whereas I had in mind when I buried them to destroy them entirely, and to hide them for But God has overturned my counsel, and would not that this sacred fruit should perish. And he made plain my intention, and has defeated the counsel I had formed against his servants. Then Satan went away ashamed of not having wrought out his design. But Adam and Eve, says, they drew near to the cave, saw 2 fig trees covered with fruit, and overshadowing the cave. Then Adam said to Eve, it seems to me we have gone astray. Where did these 2 trees grow here? It seems to me that the enemy wishes to lead us astray. Sayest thou that there is in the earth another cave than this? Yet, O Eve, let us go into the cave and find in it the 2 figs. For this is our cave in which we were. But if we should not find the 2 figs in it, then it cannot be our cave. They went then into the cave and looked into the 4 corners of it, but found not the 2 figs. And Adam wept and said to Eve, Are we come to a wrong cave then, O Eve? Seems to me these 2 fig trees are the 2 figs that were in the cave. And Eve said, I for my part do not know. Then Adam stood up and prayed and said, O God, thou didst command us to come back to the cave, to take the 2 figs, then to return to thee. But now we have not found them. O God, hast thou taken them and sown these 2 trees, or have we gone astray in the earth? Or has the enemy deceived us? If it be real, then, O God, reveal to us the secret of these 2 trees and of the 2 figs. Hi, Shawnee. Welcome. Good to see you. Then came the word of God to Adam and said unto him, O Adam, when I set thee to fetch the figs, Satan went before thee to the cave, took the figs, and burned them outside the eastward of the cave, thinking to destroy them, and not sowing them with good intent. Yep. Not for his mere sake, then, have these trees grown up at once, but I have mercy on thee, and I commanded them to grow. And they grew to be 2 large trees, that you be overshadowed by the branches and find rest, and that I make you see my power and my marvelous works, and also to show you Satan's meanness and his evil works. For ever since he came out of the garden, he has not ceased, no, not one day, from doing you some harm. But I have not given him power over you. And God said, Henceforth, O Adam, rejoice on account of the tree, thou and Eve, and rest under them when you feel weary. But eat not of their fruit, nor come near them. Then Adam wept and said, O God, wilt thou again kill us, or wilt thou drive us away from before thy face, and cut our life from off the face of the earth? O God, I beseech thee, if thou knowest that there be in these trees either death or some other evil, as at the first time, root them up from near our cave and wither them, and leave us to die of the heat of hunger and of thirst. For we know thy marvelous works, O God, that they are great, that by thy power thou canst bring one thing out of another, without one's wish. For thy power can make rocks to become trees, and trees to become rocks. Chapter 54. Then God looked upon Adam and upon his strength of mind, upon his endurance of hunger and thirst, and of the heat. And he changed the 2 fig trees into 2 figs as they were at first. And then said to Adam and Eve, Each of you may take 1 fig. And they took them as the Lord commanded. And he said to them, Go ye into the cave, and eat the figs, and satisfy your hunger, lest ye die. So as God commanded them, they went into the cave about the time when the sun was setting. And Adam and Eve stood up and prayed at the time of the setting sun. Then they sat down to eat the figs, but they knew not how to eat them, for they were not accustomed to eat earthly food. They feared also lest if they ate, their stomachs should be burned and their flesh thickened and their hearts take to liking earthly food. But while they were thus seated, God out of his pity for them sent them his angel, lest they should perish of hunger and thirst. And the angel said unto Adam and Eve, God says to you that ye have not strength to fast until death. Eat therefore and strengthen your bodies, for ye are now animal flesh, that cannot subsist without food and drink. Excuse me. Then Adam and Eve took the figs and began to eat of them. But God had put into them a mixture, as of savory bread and blood. Then the angel went from Adam and Eve, who ate of their figs until they had satisfied their hunger. Then they put by what remained. But by the power of God the figs became full as before, because God blessed them. After this Adam and Eve arose and prayed with a joyful heart, and renewed strength, and praised and rejoiced abundantly the whole of that night. And this was the end of the 83rd day. Chapter 65. And when it was day, they rose and prayed after their custom, and then went out of the cave. But as they felt great trouble from the food they had eaten, and to which they were not used, they went about. Happened us, though eating, that this pain should have come upon us. Woe be to us, we shall die. Better for us to have died than to have eaten, and to have kept our bodies pure than to have defiled them with food. Then Adam said to Eve, this pain did not come to us in the garden, neither did we eat such bad food there. Thinkest thou, O Eve, that God will plague us through the food that is in us, or that our inwards will come out, or that God means to kill us with the pain before he has fulfilled his promise to us? Then Adam besought the Lord and said, O Lord, let us not perish through the food we have eaten. O Lord, smite us not, but deal with us according to thy great mercy. And forsake us not until the day of the promise thou hast made us. Then God looked upon them, and at once fitted them for eating food, as unto this day, so that they should not perish. Then Adam and Eve came back into the cave sorrowful and weeping because of the alteration in their nature, and they both knew from that hour that they were altered beings, that their hope of returning to the garden was now cut off, and that they could not enter it, for that now their bodies had strange functions, and all flesh that requires food and drink for its existence cannot be in the garden. Then Adam said to Eve, behold, our hope is now cut off, and so is our trust to enter the garden. We no longer belong to the inhabitants of the garden, but henceforth we are earthy, and of the dust, and of the inhabitants of the earth. We shall not return to the garden until the day in which God has promised to save us, and to bring us again into the garden as he promised us. Then they prayed to God that he would have mercy on them, after which their mind was quieted, their hearts were broken, and their longing was cooled down. They were like strangers on earth. That night Adam and Eve spent in the cave, for they slept heavily by reason of the food they had eaten. Well, yes, Shawnee, it was. You see, that's what people don't understand, is from what I've studied. Okay, if you read the Bible, and you read this book, everything to me makes sense. Okay, and you read the book of Joshua. Okay, God created man without the garden, from the dust of the earth. All right? Then he brung Adam back into the garden after he's created. So just like Adam, see, took them both without the garden, put them to sleep, took a rib from Adam, and made the woman from the dust of the earth. Okay? But then they were given a bright nature like angels. They were very close to angels. Okay? They were just like the angels in heaven. And yes, the garden was heaven on earth, exactly. Okay? Like, just to give you an example, when you go back to the crucifixion, when the thief accepted Jesus Christ as Lord, and he said, "Today thou wilt be with me in paradise." The Garden of Eden, heaven. And if you don't believe it, read the book of Revelation where it talks about the things surrounding God's throne and the tree of life and so on. Okay? I mean, look, the tree of life, the river of life that flows freely, and the rivers, it's heaven. That's why nobody can find the Garden of Eden. The Garden of Eden's up there in heaven, and will come back down here after this earth is destroyed and recreated. Yeah, it is. Exactly. That's what it is. And you're going to see it one of these days. Very soon. Yeah. In all my studies in the Bible, that's what it's revealed to me. You know? Yeah. Yeah. Exactly, little lady. But yes, the Garden of Eden is heaven. That's why nobody can find it. It's up there. It's like in the people's been trying to, for years, to find the Ark of the Covenant. But if you read the Bible, sorry, I'm back. I was sorry, somebody keeps trying to call me, but busy streaming. Sorry about the interruption. But, yeah, like I was saying, yeah, you study the Bible and you'll see that the Ark of the Covenant's up there. It's not down here anymore. Why people keep looking for it, I don't know. But it was gone after the earthquake when Jesus had died. And the curtain of the temple was rent to the Holy of Holies, because the Spirit now dwells within us. God dwells within us. See? So therefore there is no more need for the Ark of the Covenant anymore. Okay? There is no need for it. Okay? It's not here. Okay? Despite what Ron, what's his name, said. Okay? If he really, excuse me, if he really found the ark, now ask yourself this, and God's power was still on it, how could you take blood off of it? No one that is not a Levite can touch it, because they would die. Just saying. Okay? Just saying. Okay? Because truth's the truth, whether people like to hear it or not. And I'm one, I try my best to tell the truth as I know it to be. But the Ark of the Covenant is not here. Never has been since Christ died. It was taken away. Done. But that's the truth right there. But I love you, Miss Shawnee, and everybody out there. Thank you all for joining me today. Appreciate it. And I will see you all on Cohen's stream later tonight. All right? So, good night. God bless. See y'all next time.